Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be performing a socialization exercise with Thanos. Thanos here on a 2-week board and train. Polly is out here, again, in a helper role. She's helped with many dogs by way of being a distraction, or again, in terms of a dog like, say, Thanos is wanting to express a high level of control towards other dogs, very dog reactive. So here the focus is going to be on me intercepting Thanos' state of mind. As Thanos comes out, you're going to see me intercepting his desire to want to express and invest towards Polly. I understand this is all part of the home transition process, with transitioning them into the home environment with other dogs by way of being a follower through the dog owner, through the human. So here, how you do that, again, this is all about taking control, but also being proactive in terms of advocating, in terms of intercepting, okay? Understanding that you have a relationship problem, that he's already very dog reactive, dog aggressive. People use certain terms for that. But understand it's all about relationship. Dog's a social animal. So again, understands how his mind pivots that way. Okay, so here, as I bring him out, okay, I have Polly here in this part of the exercise, just starting the process. She's in the crate, so this is totally controlled. And so as I bring Thanos out, you're going to see me right away moving to the side. So therefore, he's got to try to pivot. He's got to try to turn his head to try to fixate on Polly. And I'm going to see me working him, intercepting, nudging him out of that. And I'm going to be moving around here in such a way that, again, working on focusing on him, making sure he's not investing. Okay, I don't want him even looking at Polly. Okay, not yet. Okay, this is about, again, understanding that he's already has a level of stinking thinking, as I call it. And so just like parenting, just like having an already selfish child, you need to rebuild those bridges. Okay, so this is part of the process. So again, this is going to be a big focus on during the 2-week board and training, again, with other dogs, having exposure to other dogs, and setting this in motion so that he starts to calm down, he starts to release control. It's going to take stress off of him as well. So by way of advocating in a proactive way. So again, I'll bring him out here in just a moment. So just explain the exercise. So as I'm doing this, again, he's a big dog, very strong, very powerful. And so again, I have the choke chain, okay? That's an important tool during all of this. And even in terms of continuing forward, is having the choke chain to be able to create additional control and leverage, okay? Being able to use it, but again, not waiting. So it's not about cranking and yanking. It's about understanding about being ahead of, okay, his state of mind in such a way that he's going to be more agreeable. Okay, so not letting him connect that way. So really important, because understanding he's already, again, not thinking right. So have to advocate properly. So I bring him out here and I see him working around Polly just for a few minutes, okay, with the idea of just starting to get him to be more and more agreeable. But again, right from the very beginning, this, the foundation's already been created for this. So again, this is how I kind of go through a sequence, starting off with just the routine of everything, with just interacting, getting him to start to understand the language of the method. And then you see, kind of outside already, been around some other dogs already. And even in terms of hitting the street, and out the street, and now starting to work with Polly. So it's kind of how everything kind of weaves together. Okay, weaves together to get him to think or perceive differently. So I'm going to get him, I'm going to bring him out. And you'll see me just working the basic method here. Hooked up here. Taking my time. So as soon as I bring them out here, I'm going to be going right at an angle here. Polly's right here. And this is, again, expect a high reaction. See him reacting? A very high reaction. First time. He's grumbling. So right here, notice what I'm doing. I'm facing this way. He's not liking this. Okay? So this is why I'm going to stand right here like this. You have a great view through the camera of him looking a little crazy. See, he's trying to turn around here. Tail's wagging the whole time. This is just about control. So this is a great example of the turnaround technique. So right here, see how I'm just kind of nudging? I'm going to have a great view of what's going on here. Paulie's right here. And so based on his level, I'm turned completely opposite. So we're just going to hang here for a couple minutes, okay, because I don't want to open that window up. This is just about him being agreeable with being beside me this way as a follower, but I'm intercepting right away. I'm not even letting him turn around. So this is like a de-stressing type exercise. You know, has such a high level of, you know, of investment that way, that he's got to understand that there's no way, okay? You're not going to connect that way. You're not going to invest like that. I'm in control, and so right away, I'm engaging. So you saw that was a, you know, this is just, you've seen a very raw picture because this is the first time he's seen Paulie. So as soon as I brought him out, I saw exactly how to deal with that. Just again, get the choke chain on, get control, being proactive. And notice here, we're just standing here, and it seems we're going to have some moments, right? Because there's moments where he's going to kick up a little bit because he's saying, you know what, Dale's trying to control me here. See that? Trying to turn around. So when he does that, it's another good example. See how I'm going to the head? Because this is another great example I'm talking about. If you focus on the body too much and try to, say, as soon as I start to push him into a sit, he'll try to bully his head around because all he cares about is wanting to connect and wanting to get a look. So you have to stay focused right away on the choke chain to intercept. Okay, that's the focus, especially with dogs that are highly invested. Because when I move, you know, he knows what I'm doing, and he's saying, okay, Dale's focused on, you know, the lower end of me, but I can still get my head turned around. So you have to switch. See that right here? See how quickly? So he's desperate. He's going to react here pretty strong because he's getting upset. All right, he wants to do what he wants to do. Now I'm going to put some down pressure on him. Notice I doesn't want to go into a down. There we go. I want him to relax. I'll still kick up down here, but at least have a little better control with him to help him relax. I want him to calm down. But notice how desperate he was. Notice how he just tried to really switch gears hard on me because he's big, he's strong, not trying to bite me, but upset, right? Because he's used to doing what he wants to do. Just like a selfish child. And I'm just saying, no, I'm the parent, ain't going to happen. Because you don't have a right way of thinking. So this exercise is a very important exercise. Him standing up. He wants to stand up so he can look around again. I'm going to put him back into a down. I'm just leaning on him here. So he wanted to stand up right there because he wanted to be able to gain position again, to be able to turn once more. He could still do it down here, or try to. But here's the thing with him. I'm always one move ahead. And he knows that. So whatever he's doing, I'm going to counter it because I need him to calm down. So when you see this level with him, see that right away, you notice him come up. And what did he try to do when he came up? Try to turn around fast. Not liking it. So here you notice how much influence I have on the choke chain here. So now I'm kinetically leveraging him so he cannot get his head turned. Now I'll take some pressure off here. I'll put him back into down again. So even here, still keep the pressure on so he can't get turned. He's grumbling and going on a little bit. So like I said, I just want him to relax. But it has to be defined through intercepting that state of mind. Can't let him connect. Because this is a reasonable request. So here, same thing here. You see him moving his body and stuff. I'm always aware. Because what you'll see dogs do, they'll start to arc and angle so that they can get quickly. So when you came up into the sit, pay attention to how quickly he tried to turn. Right? Because it's like a drug. That's what it is. He's so reactive to other dogs because he wants to take over. So as soon as he came up, you know, his main thought was, I want to be able to look so I can start to go towards, because where the mind goes, the body follows. So here, at his level, when I'm doing this type of exercise, depending on how much control a dog is expressing, it needs to start just like this. Okay, I'm not even thinking about walking around where Polly's at. Okay, I'm just going to stay turned around like this for a couple of these type of exercises until he starts to understand that he's not going to win. And so just by me being here, and so he's in the down, I'm not doing anything because I've already gained enough advantage on him that he's starting to accept and relax, at least for a couple minutes here, which is what I want. I just want him just to calm down. So he's angled this way. I'm not sure if the camera will show him totally on the floor here, but he's just angled this way, and he's relaxing for a moment. Because again, when I bring him up, you know, he'll, especially if he comes up on his own, he'll want to turn very quickly. I am going to bring him up in a moment because I'm going to stop the exercise. Okay, so here, this type of exercise, based on his levels, just me gaining the advantage like the way I did just for a few minutes, that's a big deal. I mean, that's a tremendous success. Because that's the first time probably he's been shut down like this and not been able to do what he wants to do. So I shut that down. And you have a great image, a great camera angle of this type of exercise and very raw reaction. You saw exactly how quickly, but understand in terms of a skill set, that's why he's here in the board training, is that for me to be able to with a high level of skill, shut that down, it's going to be very helpful. Because he needs to lose. Okay, lose in a good way, not in a bad way. This is about losing as a follower, becoming a follower, which takes stress off him. So now he's really relaxing. Because understand, this is like, you know, a tremendous burden on the dog because they're not going to go into the follower role on their own. The human has to do that for him, has to advocate. But once he's, once he's committed, or once he understands that you're committed to doing that, he begins to release. He begins to calm down and start to relax. So I'll take here again in terms of this type of exercises, a few of these, and then I'll start to be able to move around more so with getting closer to Polly. But for now, this is just really good because this is just about a control exercise. So I'm going to bring him up because I'm going to stop the exercise here because this is very, very successful. Based on where we're at, and we're going to take a little break. So I'm going to bring them up, sit. I'll bring them up, same thing. You may want to go. Now I'm going to bring them up here. I'm going to take a second. I want to see again, pay attention to how he looks. Because if you watch, you'll see the moments. If you really watch his eyes and watch, you'll see his thinking, see his thinking start to go, right? And maybe intercept that right away. So it's kinetic. Right, so as soon as he starts to go, his mind shifts. I'm increasing influence here, so I'm buckling his mind. He can't make the adjustment. See, he's upset about it. So I'm doing it just at the right moment. I'm going to bring him forward a little bit. Take the pressure off. So even here, there's just a little bit of influence. So I'm doing it just, how I do this technique is just, I'm staying just ahead of his mind. And then as he, buckles, I release. Just as there's a threshold that I'm working, so it keeps the level of conflict down. I'm not trying to create a battle with him. Because his language I'm speaking. This is why he's agreeable to it. I see no pressure here. Again, relaxation. You see relaxation. Doesn't mean he won't go again quick. because it's like a drug. It's almost a detox for him. So we're going to stop right here. He's probably going to sleep really good for a couple of hours because, again, this helps to de-stress him, but very successful. Thanks for watching.